codes. So, okay. Well, we'll make this fast because this is a replay review, so we'll get to your gameplay pretty quickly here. Is this today your birthday?
Yes.
Happy birthday!
It
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Congratulations! Well done. Okay. What got you interested in coaching? We'll just start off with that, and then we'll go through the rest of the form.
So, as I mentioned, I'm like been a support main basically since Overwatch came out, mainly Mercy, and so I have now taken the leap of faith to learn DPS. Mostly Sombra. I just always liked her the best. So, and then I was like kind of looking at videos on YouTube just because I like to see what other people are doing. You know, you learn a lot. And then I found yours, and I was like, this is so great.
Well,
and here we are.
I'm glad. All right. Well, I'm excited. Okay, so you're an old Grandmaster beast, and so now you're going for GM on DPS as well. Okay. Okay.
That's the goal.
Let's skim through this form really fast here. Actionable insights allow me to grow. Okay. What are your long-term, short-term goals? Okay. Hero pool and rank. Sombra, Ashe, Cassidy. Been a support player. Okay. What is your training like with DPS right now? Like, how much do you generally play?
Probably like 3 to 4 hours a night, maybe a little more on weekends.
Perfect. Okay, sounds good. That's more than enough to get you to Grandmaster. As long as you have actionable goals, as long as you have giving full energy and focus when you are playing ranked, then you should be good to go. And then Sombra, Ashe, Cassidy, is that still accurate? You said mostly Sombra?
Yeah, it's mostly Sombra. Just that she's like, if she's really not working, it's not the play.
I got it.
Like, Cassidy.
Okay, works for me. What do you feel is holding you back from improving? You say understanding. I'm used to reacting what is happening in the game as a support versus making a plan of what I should be doing to apply pressure. I like the way that you phrased that. Elaborate on that a little bit.
So, you know, typically as a Mercy main, you're like thinking about like what the DPS are going to do to attack you. So it's like a little bit different because like you're kind of reacting to what they're doing. Like, of course, you're thinking about like where they might come from or something, but then you're reacting consistently, falling away, doing whatever.
Yeah, makes sense.
Whereas now, like as the person attacking the Mercies, you're like, okay,
you're now the
how do I
killer.
go about
Yeah. I gotcha. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, sleep looks good. I don't have anything else. Do you have any other questions before we hop right into gameplay?
No.
Okay, let's do it. Do you have a code for me?
Yeah, so I have got you two, just to keep it like interesting, you know, because the sets are not like super long.
Sure. What are the differences between the codes? Is there anything major or not really?
No, one of them is Esperanza, and one of them is King's Row.
Okay.
They're both like pretty decent, I think.
Okay, I mean, we'll take a look.
They're not like the best, but like I felt like that's, you know, you don't want to put like a crazy game in there.
Yeah, something that's more.
What do you learn from it?
Right. Something that's more representative of your average gameplay is good.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. All right, let's go through this. So I like to ask a lot of questions. So just take your time to think about it as well. And I might also ask questions that you may not know the answer to, but that's pretty normal because I think the process is that I would like you to, through thinking of things that you don't understand now, you might be able to learn something in the session that you kind of came to of your own accord rather than me telling you what to do. So if I ask you a question, it's not even expecting you to always know the answer, but just I want you to think about it a little bit first.
Alrighty.
Okay. By the way, nice Sombra skin. Probably my favorite.
Thank you. Mine too. I'm also blonde, so.
I love the hair on it. I love the side cutter. I don't even know what it's called, honestly. It's sick.
I do not know what that is called.
Okay, so let's start with this. What are the strengths of Sombra? What is Sombra good at compared to other DPS?
You know, obviously you see people in the back line, you want to pick off like supports and characters as you can, just based on their comp. I would say Winston's main goal is to dive into our team. So I can do it 2 ways. I can bother like the Mercy Ana, which would be a lot harder because so like Sojourn and Hanzo are probably going to be there. And so, or I can wait for like the Monkey to kind of jump in and then help my team. In more of a Sombra 76 style. Sure.
Absolutely makes sense. I mean, what would you describe your range of this hero in comparison to like a Reaper, Widowmaker? Where do you kind of fall on that spectrum?
More of like the mid-range.
Yeah, I'd agree. Which is both a blessing and a curse because it gives you a lot of options with how you want to play. Like you said, Hanzo, kind of problematic. Want to avoid his sightlines. Sojourn with Rail, avoid her sightlines. But it's also a curse because it means that you're going to have to be pretty dynamic and shifting up where you position. Like you said, the Sombra 76 works as long as the Hanzo and Widowmaker or whatever can't see you, right? The hard style, flanker style works as long as you're not like too close to the Winston, because he's going to obviously ruin your day. So the big thing with Sombras that I like to really put a lot of emphasis on is being an opportunistic kind of player, where, you know, if I look at the enemy composition outside of Hanzo, and even Hanzo if he's low, there's really a lot of things you could be doing. You could be hacking Winston out of bubble, you could be going for Ana, you could be, honestly, Sojourner is a really good target for you to go as long as she doesn't have rail. Mercy, obviously, as you very well know. So there's a lot you could be doing, so it's just about finding out what makes the most sense in that situation, and then pairing that one up with, is it a good / reasonable time to be doing that? See, like, the problem here is obviously this was an accident. It's not really your, it's not, this wasn't on purpose, but like the reason why this sucks is that, is there value shooting a Winston like this? Yeah, but the problem
there's alt charge, but not really.
Right, but the problem is obviously, like, right now, where's the rest of your team?
Probably like coming out of spawn.
Right. Now the reason why, like, you barely have your supports, but we're still not ready yet. Now the reason why I have this as such a priority is, even though it's not your fault here, it's an accident. You were playing an infinite stealth hero with essentially infinite mobility, and you can go in whenever you want to. But you don't want to go in whenever you want to. You need to know whether your team is in a position to follow up, because a lot of people that play Sombra tend to blame their lack of follow-up on their teammates, when the reality of the situation is it's usually the Sombra that's just not paying attention to where their teammates are set up and where and when and they can go in. Because you don't even, if you think about it, like, if you hack the Mercy and nobody can follow up on the Mercy, but your team is shooting the Winston, that's still good, right? Because the Mercy, it means that the Mercy, if you're the Ana, what do? Do you help the Mercy? Do you help the Winston? You create this quandary that she doesn't know what to do, and so it's good value. But the problem is if you would hack a Mercy and the enemy team is doing nothing, and they all focus you out, right? That would be the problem. And that's the problem here, right? Like, this damage on Winston is not nothing, it's just the fact that there's nothing else going on, so it's not worth your time.
It's not great.
So let's think, right now.
We could be going into stealth and going around.
Right. So you're thinking, okay, so the Hanzo's spamming here. That Winston's not likely to engage. So I don't really see any value. So, like, what could you do from this point in time? You stealth around. Good. Very nice. Now, is now a good time to do whatever you're about to do? Whether that's shoot, hack, doesn't matter. Is now a good time?
I would say yes, because my team is currently engaging them. And they're there.
Okay. Here's a good other question. Do you want to be leading the charge for the Sombra or following up?
Ideally following up.
Why?
Because Sombra's an opportunist, and especially I'm playing mid-range, but I'm probably not going to kill her unless somebody else hits her as well.
It's very easy to get rid of you, is the thing, right? You even have less sustainability than even like a Tracer, right? Because like one body shot from Ana or Hanzo and things start to get kind of messy, right? So you're not wrong with your timing here, but this I don't feel is optimal. I would prefer for you to wait and let's play 0.5 and let's just, you tell me when. We'll give you a little bit more, we'll cheat for you. We'll give you third person. So you tell me when. Sojourn just slid in. You just heard Sojourn slid in. You heard sleep now, right?
Yeah, after some abilities.
Now. And then what would you do from here? What would you do here? So we now know when you would go, so what would you do?
I would probably try to go for the Mercy. I mean, she flies away.
She would probably fly away to the Sojourn. Yeah, so then what would you do?
Either focus to Ana, or I think my Translocator's back there, so I could translocate and kind of help finish her off.
You could. Yeah, absolutely. And see, the other thing too is because you would have waited a little bit longer, that would have also allowed you to do what with your positioning? You need to be here.
Like position, yeah.
Yeah. What about if you want to go for the Ana, you could have gone here, right? You could have even had taken the time to go all the way behind, right?
The sight line better.
Right. And it's okay to be late as Sombra. Like the more late you are, the more distracted the enemy team is going to be. You don't want to wait until your team has lost the fight, obviously. But, you know. Because this is obviously like really frustrating, right? Like once he's on you, it's like, So you don't do poorly?
Honestly, it's gotten, like, now I'm kind of in like low master, so now it's gotten a lot harder.
Wait, what rank are you now?
So now I'm in like low master.
Hey,
like
crazy.
Like master 3 and 4, and so it's gotten a lot
harder. Of course. Well, congratulations on the low masters, by the way. My coaching is so good that But time between before you even got coaching, you're just like magically improving.
Well, I watched you teach the other guy.
Yes, and I get full credit for that, I'm sure. Now, this is the Sombra challenge. You could be farming ult charge right now, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You also don't have a Hanzo to worry about, so there's no risk of a one-shot. Should you be farming ult charge right now?
I could.
Will you be able to reset up for your actual proper engage in time if you farm ult charge right now?
I believe so because they're tank and they're.
I think so too. So why are you not farming ult charge?
I don't know.
Some of my questions are just gonna be straight up accusations. I'm a little passive aggressive like that. So yeah.
Fine,
That's fine. But yeah, absolutely, definitely go for the ult charge here because there's no reason not to, right? Sometimes you won't be able to, because like right now it's too late, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the funny thing is that while you should have gone for ult charge, shame on you. This was the next best thing, no?
Yeah.
Because at least you didn't farm ult charge, but you did set up in time for a great engage. And are you early or are you late?
I would say it's pretty good because their Winston is diving in.
Yeah.
So she's kind of like off by herself.
Yeah. You this is perfect, right? You went a little bit late. So honestly, really being a little bit late isn't even late really with Sombra, right? This is perfect.
Yeah.
I would go for the hack though. So like sometimes there's going to be times when you don't go for the hack. Like let's say there's a Widowmaker like scoped in, you just need that burst damage immediately. Sometimes the target's low HP, but the hack, don't forget, it's like the animation of the hack. The hack itself is also scouting for your team. It's preventing that immediate sleep dart that gives you time to like go to cover to dodge. For example, like if you hack this on a here, you can like decloak like here, hack, and then have a wall to kind of duck and dodge and play around sleep dart, even here. So what you do is you'd hack, you'd shoot, and then you could just, when you see the sleep dart animation, you could do this, right? And then continue to do what you're doing. And don't forget that the hack damage boost mostly compensates for the dip in damage that you get from that animation of hacking. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I think hacking here, objectively the right play. That being said, in terms of target priority, in terms of timing, could not be more perfect. Even if you had not gotten the kill here, look at this Winston and Genji's HP. These guys could have died because they got 0 resources right now. And you've distracted 1, 2, 3 members of the enemy team. Meanwhile, the poor Sojourn and Mercy are thinking that the fight's happening. It's not. Yeah. They're screwed. This is great. There's not a surprise why you've achieved masters, because that was really, really well done. Not perfect, but well done.
Yeah, there's always room to improve.
Always room to improve.
I just saw that he was low. I thought I'd get it.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as you can get back set up back in time. Like, and I get it too. Like in ranked, like this kind of thing is gonna happen, right? Like, what is he doing, right? Whatever. Just play the odds. Play the odds. Like he's feeding, but it's fine. Now again here, the way that you're setting up is just atrocious, right? Again, the timing is really good, right? I see Diva Bomb, and again the target, brilliant, right? But obviously, no hack. Think also about your positioning. What else is wrong?
I could be in the little room.
Right. Well, not even in the little room. What about here?
Yeah.
You need counterplay for the CC. You need counterplay. And just counterplay and just cover in general will increase the odds of winning the 1v1, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't rely off of her not hitting the sleep dart. Don't rely off of her panic nading or not being... She's not even nading, right?
It's kind of crazy.
What happened to your locator? Did it get destroyed, or did you...
I think I reset it to put it in like a better situation.
I see what you're doing. Yeah, it is a little bit fragile. Now you need to be really careful about how you position, right? Because if you decloak now, what's the problem?
Honestly, you're gonna be mad. I think I'm gonna EMP.
I think you're gonna EMP it as well. I don't actually have a problem with the EMP though. It's the translocator that's the problem.
Okay, so my idea is like you EMP, you translocate back, and then you can kind of like.
But you're not translocating back. That's the problem. Do you see? This is translocating like one step back. There's not near enough distance between yourself and your translocator, which means that you have a very high risk of dying if they don't immediately die to EMP. You kind of see what I'm saying? So the EMP is fine. 5v4, I don't care. they're in the middle of a primal rage. The Sojourn Mercy is still there. Just use the MP. Who cares? Just don't put the Translocator in here. Where would you put it instead? It's tough, isn't it? Tough, isn't it? What about as you were staging, throw it in here? Just a little bit further away. You need to create some distance between yourself. Imagine if Genji Dash only went like 2 meters.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine if Genji Dash went 50 meters. Right? It's about you don't want to be translocating so far that you're completely out of the fight, but also if you're only translocating like 5 meters away, it's not even a defensive cooldown. Why even use it? Why even have it, right? Good EMP. Guaranteed follow-up. Totally fine. Yeah, I mean, just stupid, to be honest. It's just poor play from you, honestly. But in terms of the theory of the play, yeah, it was good. EMP was good. Yeah. Like, you're doing a lot of things really, really well. Locator placement's fine. You don't have time to set up for backline, so you find your utility elsewhere, right? So this is fine. Obviously, like, being aware of bubble would have been important. Just reset it for next fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Way you survive? No way you survive. You're crazy. Nice. Big value if you're able to survive.
Woo.
Nice, okay. So, you're in their backline now, which means that you're not going to be able to get any heal support. But it does mean also that you have faster and easier access to the backline, right? Now, I want you to look at their composition. Do you think that you're going to be spending a lot of time going for their backline?
You know, not really.
Maybe.
Not unless the Sojourn and Mercy maybe are apart, or get like the Symmetra by yourself.
Maybe. It's kind of tricky though. But you kind of see where how you set up as a Sombra. You should still be taking angles and things like that, but how you set up as Sombra really depends on whether backline is your priority target or whether it's more on the sidelines or front lines, right? Because with Sombra, it really is going to depend. Most of the time, backline is going to be good. But obviously, it is a little less attractive now. You've bullied them off of Ana, which is value in of itself, right? But this is going to be less valuable. And now, by the way, is this a good time? I know you see somebody's 1 HP or low HP. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? They're a 1. I get it. Never mind. But let's just learn from this situation. What you did was the correct play. But
yeah, I think I should have left sooner and then just reset.
Sure, but like, let's say that this Moira was not low HP, but just for the sake of argument, is now a good time to go?
Absolutely not.
You sure?
Well, I mean, they're kind of going, like, maybe not from this range. It could go up and try to, like,
sure, yeah, not from this range. Sure. And then I think in terms of utility here, maybe focus the Symmetra.
Yeah, she's like
maybe you could look for a bubble break hack Winston now. Like, they don't have the Hanzo anymore, right? So you can start to play more of that Sombra 76 style, just a little bit, as long as that Sojourn doesn't have rail, right? Why does this Mercy not get any help?
I don't know.
It's not a philosophical question. You tell me why. I'm not going to move my crosshair. You tell me.
The Moira is engaged trying to heal everybody in the giant like mosh
Your D.Va's 1 HP. That's why.
Oh.
That's why. Excellent timing from you. Really excellent timing, right? Well done. And the best part is because your cover usage here is so good, you don't even have to translocate out either. You see this?
Yeah.
Look at that. You if your mechanics are slightly better, you get 2 kills there.
I know. It's so sad.
That was one of the decisions of all time.
I was just being greedy. Okay.
Yeah, 3 HP greed. That is next level greed. That's like Scrooge McDuck level greed.
Oh my god.
Oh, by the way, what you're doing right now is another one of the big things with Sombra. Like, just getting the scouting information is really, really helpful as well. So
yeah.
Good locator. I mean, I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. So, yep. Brilliant. Nice job. Okay. Good time? What do you think?
Yes.
Good angle?
Probably not, because I'm pretty sure Sojourn can easily
Yeah,
see me
yeah,
at the
yeah,
high
yeah,
ground
yeah.
with a railgun.
See, that's the thing. Is like if you're going to take this angle, you cannot take it when Sojourn has rail,
Yeah, as she was
and when
saying.
she can see you. So what would be better?
Even going down, like, below her to where she can't exactly see me kind of around this corner.
Yep, right here. Or if you'd had the time, actually threatening the thing. Because here's the thing: is you're either engaging the sniper or you're avoiding the sniper sidelines. There's no in between. In between means you die.
Just
Thank
like
you.
that.
Hey, I love when a lesson is taught well. And this is again a situation where you don't have time to set up on backline, even if you had wanted to, so you just take the utility from the front line. Sometimes it's better to just contribute than it is to just set it for the perfect engage. This is what the kids say, sussy baka. Please don't EMP. Thank you. I was smelling an EMP and I was getting a little nervous. Grab a health back. Surely we grab a health back. Mega behind you. No, no. You just saw the teabag and you're like, I can't help it.
I couldn't help it. Well, I thought maybe like it'll take her a second.
Yeah.
You can help on the mercy, maybe.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Oh dear.
Sad.
But see, the problem here is obviously like the mess is like you need to be setting up, right?
Yes.
So where do you want to go? What do you want to do? All right, here we go. Oh, what this disaster.
He's a talent for doing that.
What should you be doing? Where should you be going?
Well, I should probably be looking for a good setup for EMPs.
Where would that be?
Around this other corner where the bot is, or it looks like this is the enemy team.
What about this? You re-stealth here once that Moira orb screws off. Wrap here and launch it here. Now it's scary because Sojourn, right? And you are going to get cleared, but it's going to be fat, right? And maybe if you can play around bot, maybe you can get some uptime with it. I'm scared that you're gonna do the walk into the middle of the enemy team and press Q, and then you're gonna. It's just because you're front lining, you're gonna get your translocator.
I don't remember, and so I'm scared. Okay, yep.
Oh, it's scary. Nice. Good. Now it's just like 76, right?
Just like clean up, yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of times the EMP is like, even if it doesn't like get kill 5, just killing like 1 and putting them on the back foot is even better. Because then you just get more and more and more ult charge, and they stagger and you're pushing the robot. Like a clean EMP fight win is not optimal. Yeah, nice. Nice, there you go.
Thanks.
You're learning even in the VOD review. Wow,
oh my
next
gosh.
level, retroactive coaching. Oh, nice. Probably reset your locator now. I don't remember. Was it over here now? Probably reset it to like here.
Yeah, I think I forgot about it.
Yeah. Because it's like now you went from having 5-meter dashes to now it's a 50-meter dash, right? You need
There's no in between.
You need to find the sweet spot. I mean, it makes sense though, because okay, so this is where we really get into like the learning, because we've talked a lot about mistakes, and you know, but we need to figure out like what's going to actually fix that. So why are you putting your locators in 5 and 50? What's the real error? Are you thinking about where you need to be placing your locator for next fight?
A little bit. Like I've been trying to like play more as like a Sombra that gets help on her healers and not necessarily like a health pack Sombra.
Sure.
So
Is that the Questron influence?
No.
Did you watch so you didn't watch the video? He had some video about never hack health packs. Anyway. Yeah, sure. So you're putting some thought into it, but the solution to fixing this is just to put more thought into it. Right, to spend a little bit of extra attention thinking about, okay, it's too far away. Okay, I need to set this up. Okay, I need to set up my locator in their backline because I'm going for assassinations. Whereas I'm gonna set it more in my front line / sideline because I'm going for more like map control, DPS control, punishing the tank, and so on. And that's gonna mean that you're gonna make a lot of other mistakes, right? You might choke your EMPs, you might choke your hacks, you might just die to mechanics, but that's okay, right? You're just working on a skill. So I think what we'll have to do is you just need to work at these things in isolation. Like this is just...
It's silly.
It's silly, right? You should be thinking, what's next
fight? I don't know
fight?
if I got like debunked here, but I just really thought it'd be a good idea.
Right. Well, I mean, theoretically, it could be, but I mean, even here, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
And then now you're in real trouble.
Unfortunate.
Because you're there's fashionably late a Sombra, and then there's just not showing up at the party at all. And
Yeah.
you kind of felt, I mean, now at this point it's just farm ult charge and just get out.
Yeah.
So and a lot of it's also gonna be like, where's the fight gonna happen, right? You got to be able to predict that. It's probably gonna be around here. So then, do you want to go for backline? Okay, then probably set the locator back somewhere over here. Oh gosh, nah, disaster. You're dead.
I know. So sad.
Yeah, disaster. It's okay. Nice. Nice. When you're put in the front line and you know you're able to like avoid the Sojourn when she has rail, you do fine. Like it's not like obviously like they're not playing double snipers in Yada, so you can do that. Like that's the thing with Sombra, right? It's like when you go for backline versus a sniper comp, it's not because you have to because it's easy squishies. It's you also have to because if you don't, you're gonna get your head blown off cooldown, right? So. All right, timing is everything. Surely. Wait. I like the locator replacement if you're going to be staying on backline. But again, are you going to be focusing on backline in this matchup?
Well, I guess I could focus on the Moira because the Mercy's up there with the Sojourn.
You could.
She's probably not going to get
hit
by it.
Sojourn Mercy are things that you can also assassinate as well. But they have a Winston Genji too, so I don't know. Not clear to me. I think this is one of those matchups where it's up to you whether you want to go more for backline or go for frontline, but just do it properly. And I don't think that locator was proper. Obviously, like you know, I think it was more of a mechanical thing. I think you actually hit it into the door frame.
Yeah, I meant to hit it like around, like the corner.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. It happens. I don't care about mistakes like that, honestly. EMP's good. Remember, quality, not quantity. Maybe the Moira was not the biggest thing for you, but the Winston more so than anything else. But either way, it works, I suppose. Genji's gonna destroy your locator. Nice hack. But obviously, like you didn't see Sojourn, she saw you.
Yeah.
And Winston's arm is freakishly moving. Do you see that?
Yes.
That is oh my gosh! Whoa!
Jeez.
That is terrifying. This happens sometimes with Zarya. Her arms just start spinning in circles. It's disturbing. This guy needs to see like a doctor. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, let's keep going. By the way, do you have any questions so far? We've been moving at a brisk pace, to say the least.
Not at the moment.
Okay. If anything comes up, you just holler.
I will.
Oh, I guess we're at like the 5-10 minute mark before we finish. Do you want to look at you want to finish this VOD, or you want to look at a little bit at the next code as well?
I think we're just cleaning up here at the end. I think we just win, so we can look at the next one.
Okay, let's do that then. 1, 2, 3, 3 PB. So at the end, we'll try and wrap all of this up in a nice tidy little package and be like, all right, so what are the main skills that we're seeing that you need to improve at, instead of just like a bunch of random tips and tricks, you know?
Yeah, like translocator.
Yeah, I definitely think that translocator positioning, I think the timing for the most part has been okay, but maybe something to kind of put a little bit of emphasis on. Whether you should be going for backline versus frontline. Maybe a little bit of how you're going for your assassinations as well. Remember the honest stuff, where you were not utilizing cover, you were not utilizing hack. Little things like that, like little habits that we can improve on. Now you look at their comp, good luck going for frontline in this comp, right? Zero opportunity. As bad as this comp, I mean, this comp is as close to a Sombra counter as there is, besides our good friend Weaver. But you do still need to go for backline assassinations. You have to. You know, Hanzo, Tor, Bap, Sigma are just gonna light you up. So set up, time it well, maybe time it late, and then see what you can do.
If I remember right, this first part starts out pretty rough.
I mean, it's a tough comp. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. This locator is okay for now, but it's not where you're gonna want to be long term, is it? Where you're gonna want to be long term versus this comp.
Probably like up on some high ground. Play
deep
corners.
Right? Deep, right? Somewhere back here or up here, right? So
yeah, sometimes I just throw one down like that to like make if I get like stealth check. Go back to. But unfortunately, I think I play up here.
Yes, we'll see. That's the thing. Is like this locator is good. It's the right play. but it's not permanent. It's just, like you said, it's to set you up for a deeper play just in case you get spike checked. So right now, though, especially because you're down a couple, you should be setting up. That the reason I point that out is because you're screwing around here. Get out.
Yeah.
Get deep here. Hack the mega maybe. Throw a locator here and get set up for an assassination. Get ready to go. I mean, you're not even full HP. You're smoking crack. And even this here, it's like even this here, it's like you needed to go for backline.
And I'm just like randomly in the middle.
But look, you're not even late. You're leading the charge here.
Yeah.
You are reacting to a BAP getting hit by a direct, but he's not low enough to justify this, to be honest with you. And if you were to go for a Batista or Lightweaver, where would you be?
Up top.
Up top, or
kind of more behind them, like play.
Yeah, or you know, here something with cover, deep. Because the other thing too is about this position too is like, can Hanzo Torbjorn see you? Can Hanzo and Torbjorn see you? Right?
No, yeah.
You see that? You buy yourself so much more uptime. The cover thing is so important because it's what you don't want to be a 1 second Andy. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to your pressure, you want to be as long as you can a nuisance, which means, you know, cover usage can be really important. Please grab, because this is fine if you have full HP. By the way.
Yeah.
You notice that you're hacking the Sigma. Why are you hacking the Sigma? Well, disruption, right? Loses some HP.
Yeah, I saw like our tank was trying to engage.
It's okay because look at your positioning. Who cannot shoot you from where you're positioned? One of these days I'll get there. Okay, there you go. Right, no Hanzo, no Torb turret, no Torb. It's fine. Just have some HP, please. Okay. I mean, really, truly, like the play is honestly not that bad. You did a great job playing around their sidelines. Just you needed your HP, and you're now because you're here instead of here, your next cycle is going to be delayed by what, 4 seconds, 5 extra seconds, and you're also at a higher risk of dying. Good target. Would have been nice to have our locator near a health back so we could come back in at a fuller HP. Nice. That's unfortunate. It was a good try. You need to be careful about Hanzo and Torb though, right? Because as soon as you started to walk forward, they had a sightline on you, so be careful.
Yeah.
But you've never really gotten in the full proper setup, right? A little lazy. Probably throw it here.
Okay.
Just because I think he could even hear it. Let me actually turn the audio here.
I mean, it's also like, even if I translocate there, he even follows. Like down the stairs, we'll see me again.
Oh, you didn't even hear it. Yeah, see, you're crazy. You're suppressing the game rules. The game is quieter for you. Cheating. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. It's like when you locate out, you're actually going towards a location of cover rather than just going to a health back. But that being said, why does this work?
Because I'm in the fight and they're busy.
Right, you're distracted. The Pharaoh is a bit of a distraction. It's actually still a little bit early for me, but you might as well because you know you're going to be waiting for the Pharaoh anyway. So you might as well go, you know, roll the dice. This is like the equivalent of like farming ult charge, but you farmed a little more than that. Your locator placement legitimately kills you.
I know, because my chases
that is
down.
just disastrous. And then obviously you're not set up for the next fight. Good hack. You can't hack tree, right? You can EMP it. You can't hack it though, manually, right? No way.
I don't think so. I doubt it. That's a Fitzy question. He would know.
True, that's true. He would know. Hack. Nice. Nice. Hack. Just hack for the damage at that point in time, because like he's just like it's like it's a mess.
Just falling for no reason.
Yeah. Whew. Thought you said you were a Mercy player.
Yeah.
See, this is lesson learned. The real masters were the Mercy players all along. That was honestly really, really nice tracking. Like, way better than me. Again, brilliant.
He's just standing there.
Oh my gosh, nice job, nice job.
She was too busy typing, I guess. I don't know.
I guess so. Nice, but again, invest your time. Set up. Yeah. As soon as like this downtime kind of comes in, where like the staggers are no longer occurring, go get set up in the backline, like you know, in here or like up here or over here, right? Or over here, right? Because again, like they've made some swaps, but it's the same thing. Like it's Cassidy, Moira, Sigma. Like you need to be making that life weaver's life miserable, right? You need to be getting set up on these angles and not wasting time here. Because like obviously what you did up to that point was fine, but right now's your time. No. Honestly, total luck that even worked. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like okay. I'm not gonna be here and be like, oh, it worked because you got a kill. No, you got lucky. This is more like it. This is more like it.
I think ideally what I should do here is like just hang out and wait until my Pharah maybe hits somebody or they're like more distracted.
Sure. Or wait for the card to move up. Because are you about the EMP?
No. I don't think so.
Good. Because I'm like looking at the card here and I'm like, there's no way, right? But yeah, you definitely just wait because the problem is it's pressure like this isn't free. First off, you already have your EMP. Second off, what happens now?
I have to leave. You
have to leave, right? So then now if there's an opportunity, now you're not there for it. Translocator placement is good. I like that you're relatively close to the fight and yet still safely. Like, they don't have a lot of mobility, so you can be really sloppy with their locator placement. They're not going to find it. Wait. I don't like this. I think you see somebody who's like 2/3 HP and you're like, oh, but no.
Yeah.
No, it's just not going to happen. Like, it's just not going to happen because you're getting really close to what? Look at what's happening. You see this?
Like the fight's about that.
Yeah. You could even argue that an EMP here wouldn't be too bad given the fact that your Ramatra's trapped, but you are out now, and that's not good. So you need to be really disciplined. And then now, because you're low, you're like, crap. Where's my EMP? 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 You're still at 107 HP. Disaster. It's just like it's like the
I don't know what my
right
is.
Before the fight starts greed, right? Now I'm giving you a hard time, but there's a pattern here, and that's good because that's something that we can work at. The pattern. Well, you tell me, what is the pattern? What needs to be fixed?
Well, of course, a translocator placement, and then I have a really bad habit of not being full HP when I go into a fight.
Well, why were you not full HP before you went into the fight?
Because of where my translocator is, I put it back, but then
maybe. I'm more concerned about what happened before you got your translocator forced, because that's happened several times since the last 2 maps.
I engaged in like a poor time.
Right, you got a little bit of bloodthirst, right? And you're like, oh, that person who's 120 HP, I can one-shot them in front of their supports, surely.
Yeah.
No. And then you got cleared right before your team was about to engage. About the worst timing that you could have been forced out. So that kind of stuff is fine as long as you can like set back up in time. But the answer was no, you couldn't set back up in time. And in fact, it was such a bad time that you were not able to get healed because your Moira was too busy calling your Ramatra, who was 1 HP in the middle of a fight. The fact that you didn't get healed, the fact that you went at 107 HP was a result of your poor timing earlier. That's why it happened. So that's why we keep asking questions, because we need to find the root issue here. Not be like, oh, you need to get healed before you pushed back in. I mean, it was hard, right? Because it's like the fight's starting. I need to go. I can't wait to get healed, right? You're not wrong. But you should have put yourself in that position in the first place. So farm ult charge, I'm down for it, but look for opportunities. But the risk for the reward, like that person, that Cassie better have been like 1 HP or 50 for that to have been justified, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And this is just farming ult charge, whatever, while we cap, whatever. Gonna be a little harder here, given the map architecture.
Yeah.
She's drawing. Maybe. Yeah. It's just gonna be harder in this point because there's just fewer flanks, right? So we go talk about backline, it's gonna be a lot harder to do that. You're gonna have to be super, super disciplined. You're gonna have to honestly overperform to outvalue their Cassidy or their Junkrat. I'm not saying necessarily that you need to swap, but you're gonna need to be very disciplined. And especially because, I mean, it might have even been worth... Okay, let's go back a little bit here. It might have even been worth knowing this ahead of time. A little bit of hindsight coaching here, but something to consider. knowing what you know about this point here, maybe it's worth to stay in stealth and hide. Let them pass you and set up in their spawn. And then obviously, as you know, the cart rotates forward and they back up, you might have to go back to playing your Translocator into your spawn. But something to consider. It's just like it's like that extra little bit of thinking, right? That's obviously like, I mean, you watch Fitzy play, so it's like kind of.
That's like that's something he would do.
Right. You have to be flexible. This hero has a lot of nuance, right? I mean, you know, obviously a bit of a red flag. Yeah. And a lot of that just comes down to like how you were setting up, when you were going in, getting spy checked, not setting up an angle. Because right now you're gonna have a really hard time. If they stuff this choke here, good luck, right? Good luck.
I think that's kind of what happened, which is why like.
Okay, so then solve. So let's finish with this. How would you solve this situation? Just think about it from like a philosophical, strategic standpoint. Because like right now, this fight's pretty much lost, obviously. But like, how would you break this choke? As Sombra, what would you contribute?
I either need to think about kind of what ultimates they have that I can cancel. I mean, they just used Sigalt, so that's not on the table currently. But they have a Junkrat, so I could wait for him to maybe tire and like.
But how would you cancel
there,
his ult?
or I'd have to be in the back line, so I need to play more in the back line. Well, I think, you know, at one point I tried to go through the little window, but there's a trap there, so it's unfortunate. So I either have to like get to the back line, or you know, maybe if they don't have a Junkrat, the window's still a great spot.
Sure. I mean, the fact that you even tried the window is encouraging, because at least you were trying to solve the problem. Because the problem here is the choke, and not being able to get through the choke. So you either need to find a solution to get through the choke, like going through the window, or maybe going late and trying to sneak around behind there, or how can I get value in the front line? Can I play to avoid the spam LOS here, kind of what you're trying to do here, and punish tank? And maybe just farm an EMP and just EMP, and then I'm a liability for right now. Sorry guys, let's get a good EMP and then break around the choke, and then I can start doing things. You know, I don't know. But you're going to be put in situations like these where this, like for example, what you're doing right now, you're just doing a terrible job. You just can't do this. Like this is just this is obviously a very difficult circumstance for you. But what if you had just re-stealth and tried this flank again? I mean, it's there now. You could have taken it, right? Or if you wanted to play to hack the Sigma, playing a little bit more disciplined to cover so that it's harder for the Cassidy or translocating out or whatever. Because obviously you're in a really bad spot right now. It's not. It's just, that's pretty much unavoidable. But surely there's a, you know, making lemonade out of lemons out of something here, right? Surely. Because you know what, this isn't bad, right? I mean, it's a really bad situation, but what you did is you kind of like baited them into overextending, right? And then all of a sudden your hero was useful again. Oh, now they're on a Widow. Go.
You know, honestly, I don't think I attacked the Widow enough.
Aw, see, but the backline is so free now, right? Because like you actually have the space to wrap around. It's not just the Widowmaker. You actually have the angle and flank now that you could actually, because you didn't have it earlier. Okay, we're gonna call the review right there. Do you have any questions as a whole before we type up some goals?
No, I think we've done a good job.
All right. So lots of really, really nice things. I think your timing for the most part was not a strength, but it was not a weakness. Your Translocator placement was not a strength, not a weakness. Your strategic approach to the compositions that you were playing was not a strength nor a weakness. You're a very middling Sombra, which is not a bad thing, because you don't really have any major weaknesses, right? Even your tracking, right? Not a weakness. If anything, your tracking was quite good for your rank. So I think for you, it's going to be about finding which things that, because you know your gameplay better than I do. Which things do you think, oh, I don't think enough about that. I need to work at that. From what we've seen.
Yeah, like utilizing the cover more and like playing around corners. I'm trying to get hacks, and then sometimes it is like adjusting to like the constantly changing like heroes on the enemy team. Or even like to ours, just changing comps in general.
Versus enemy composition with backline versus sideline versus frontline approach. Okay, anything else that you saw? Because those two are quite big, right? That's going to take a lot of time to practice those and improve those. But there are other things too. What else did you see?
Like my translocator placement is kind of just average. Like sometimes it's fine, but then other times it's not great.
How about this? Right there.
Yes.
Because the translocator placement was average, but that's not enough information. It was average in relation to what you should have been trying to do given the matchup that you had. Because obviously, what's a good translocator? What's a bad translocator? Well, there's some objective rules, some hiding, reasonable, some sort of distance, but you might also have a translocator in your own backline versus the enemy backline versus the sideline versus the health back versus not a health back. And it's all going to be in relation to what are you trying to do. If you're throwing your translocators and the enemy spawn 24/7 and there's a tracer hunting you, you're trolling, right? But if you have your translocator in your own team's backline when they're playing Widowmaker and Zen, you're trolling, right? So I think that third point in relation to adjusting the enemy comp is going to be very important. Okay. Anything else that you saw? Those are the big ones for me.
Timing of when we decide to go for things.
Generally late. Be careful with the greedy pick attempts right before a fight starts. Fine to try / build ult when you have time to set up. Yeah, those are the big ones for me. Anything else? I think those are more than enough, but if there's anything else that stood out.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, you got stuff to work on then. Honestly, though, like I said, you are exactly where you should be. You played well. Lots of things that you did well. You deserve your rank. And if you are able to improve any of these skills to even, a little bit at a time, you're not going to master any of these things. Nobody can. But just improve them little bit by little bit by little bit. I'm sure it will reflect in your gameplay and reflect in your rank as well, hopefully. So, do you have any questions?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Well, if you do,
it's been a pretty good discussion.
good. I'm glad. Well, if you do, you can shoot me a message